we have Professor Mailwanan with us. So, since Sir is the senior most and he has experience of uh, many years, so I would just like to ask him how he has seen the uh, growth and the improvement in the treatment of sarcomas in the country. Because Sir was trained outside abroad, and when he came to India, the treatment of sarcomas was in the nascent stage. And I don't think people were, if people even used to touch those patients. They would just, if the diagnosis is there, it is a sarcoma, then people would say just leave it. Even now we see many, at many centers, people say that you cannot do more. But sir, please share your experience, how it has been over last decades.
Vivek, by calling me senior, you are making me feel old. The paradox in medicine is, old people want to become junior once again. So I'll call myself as a junior orthopedic surgeon. Hello, Akshay. We can see you only now.
Yeah, hi, sir.
I don't know whether it's appropriate to talk about all that now, but anyway, since you asked, I have to tell you something. I remember attending the first International Society of Limb Salvage meeting in Saint Malo, France in '89. And I was only Indian, or one or two people were there. We saw the amount of work being done on tumors. At that time, chemotherapy had come in a big way, and it had laid the foundation for limb salvage surgery. The single event which made limb salvage surgery possible was chemotherapy. So I was sitting there in a huge crowd, and I saw the amount of limb salvage work being done. When in a country like ours, we were just beginning or we were not doing anything, I was astounded. I realized that if we are able to take back 10% of what you see there back to our country, then it's going to be a different world. And that was what happened. And being in Government General Hospital and Madras Medical College, which is the premier teaching institute in our state, we had a massive inflow of tumor cases from all over South India. So all the cases were coming with huge tumors, and then all of them were amputated. Quite a number of them said that we don't want our child's leg to be amputated. Can you guarantee this child is going to live? Then we will take them back and then die with the leg rather than have the limb amputated. Then the impact of having the limb was so great. Then I realized that you have to do something. The imported process at that time was about 4 lakhs. So how can it reach the common man in society? So we found a man who was able to make the process for 40,000 rupees. It was 40,000. And Cancer Institute. I was attached to the Regional Cancer Institute in Adyar and the Government General Hospital, where we had a large number of bone tumors. Unbelievable, an average orthopedic surgeon practicing in a medical college hospital or something like that, we see maximum one sarcoma in a year or something like that. It's very less. Here you had a large inflow of cases. And I was able to do something. So you had to do some research. So I said there was no ethical committee, nothing at that time. So I told them, either you have a leg amputated, I'll put in this local prosthesis. We don't know what is going to work. And most of them said yes. And that's where the journey started. And the amount of gratitude which the patient had when you saved the limb, the whole family was happy and everyone was happy. And later on, when one patient after some chemotherapy developed secondaries, then we removed the leg and then he failed chest and died. The next day after death, the man's parents came to me and thanked me. Said, you fought for the limb for so long, and then you fought for the life, and now he's no more, but we are happy that you've been with us for 10 years. So you see the impact of losing a limb and having a limb. So that's how the story started, and then we started doing the work, and we found out that saving the limb is very, very crucial. What is the price you will pay for the limb? When people say, what is the cost of your upper limb or cost of your lower limb? It's unmeasurable. So the journey started and we went on, and then of course the Tata Group joined in the year 2000, and then now I am aware of 20 states in India doing the work. It is not that limb salvage has reached every nook and corner. You must understand this. In 20 states, India has 33 states at least. And there are still 10 more states where still amputation is being practiced. Even today. And when I went as an examiner to All India Institute and PGH Chandigarh, the boy answered me. I said, what will you do for bone tumor? He said, he'll do amputation. And I wanted to fail him. And then my colleagues refused. They said, we are doing amputation here. Why would you fail? I said, you see, it's 10 years down the line, we are doing limb salvage, the whole world is doing limb salvage. So we have now come to that stage where, there were quite a number of people. IMSAS has now come up in a big way, and quite a number of people, youngsters like you, are doing a lot of work. So much is expanding. So this is the whole scenario which I am seeing.
Sir, just to put on record, I also have had you as my examiner in my postgraduate exam, and I was so thankful I did not get a tumor case to present to you. So that's how. And
Where was this?
This was in UCMS, University College of Medical Sciences, Delhi.
Okay.
So of course we've all grown up, admiring you and the lead that you took. Then whole country, the whole limb salvage scenario in the country, I think is indebted to whatever your contribution has been, and we are all following that.
And I must tell you, the number. I have personally done 2,500 cases of limb salvage with custom process in 33 years. The largest single man series in the whole world. Not that I'm bragging, but then fact is a fact. And you can welcome me when I come to get the Padma Award in Delhi next year.
Of course, we'll wait.